Yo guys, what's up? What's good? Yes, it's your big man, also to big man stuff. I don't know where that's coming from, but I think I like it. I'm so happy back in your faces. For the last video we did was engaging. Thank you guys. We love you guys so much. For Skinny, you guys, I saw some comment that roasted Skinny. I was like, God, but it's you guys. Whatever you guys do, we love it, and obviously we appreciate you guys so much for all of that. Today is another amazing one. For some reasons, we're going to know if our artists are lying or they are not lying. The question is, do they really lie? All of these conversations, trust me, you don't want to miss it, because we're going to be roasting some artists on this set. Trust me. Just pray your faith is not on this comment. Just pray we don't call your faith name. I promise you, pray we don't call his or her name. Anyways, I have between my usual guys on the first key, and obviously Ebube said, I'm going to tell you guys where I went to when I came back, but trust me, I went for the good of all of us. Basically, as simple as that. I love you guys so much. Let's delve straight into the conversation. Ebube, was good.
Good, man. How you doing?
Fine, man. How's the weekend?
It's good. It's actually great.
Yeah, I'll say something about it. Just leave that. Then the first key was good.
Alright.
How's the weekend, bro?
Yeah, was chilled.
Okay, so straight up today we want to talk about an amazing conversation. Trust me, and it's funny because most of these faves are on this table, and I'm going to start with this with a lot of interviews. We'll see at the point we saw Davido got an interview where Davido said that, and I know you're laughing, but just chill. Davido actually said that when he did the Timeless album, that was his word. He said he was not having Grammy in mind. Like, there was not Grammy in mind at all. But then he said if he wins it, fine. But then he didn't do the project because he had a Grammy in mind. And you see most of these artists come and tell you, Wizkid, they come and tell you, if we win, we win. If we don't win, it's fine. Like it's for us, it's just the fans. Like I have guys who love me, and then that's I'm contented with that. I don't want any other. I don't. So that's the question. Do you think all of that is cap? Because basically, we've seen instances where some of them say it and they don't come for their awards. So it just shows the fact that I don't care. So if it comes, it comes.
For me, I see all of these things just like doing business.
Okay.
Yeah. When you do business, the point of the business you want to do is like what you want to gain is profit. And then let's say you buy this cup for 100 naira. Okay. Then you get to sell it for 200 to one person. And there's another chance to sell it for 400. Okay. Will you sell it for 400, or you say, oh no, the extra money doesn't mind, I'm good with 200?
I'll sell it for 400.
Exactly. So the awards are like, extra accolades for the guys, and the people that get the awards, they are always excited, even though at times we like to form, oh, I'm big, I'm this and that. They will not really share that excitement and all of that. But trust me, there's nobody in the history of winning an award that has been sad about winning an award. Like, there's no way.
But they can be indifferent.
You can be indifferent, can you? I don't think so. Because, at times, we always claim that, oh yeah, this award, I really do not care about it and stuff like that. But then, deep down in your mind, you just feel like, like, you may not even talk about it or say it, but then your subconscious like, they nominate like 10 people for this category. Like, Wizkid day here, Davido day here, Burna Boy day, and I see those them. Means I don't small inside life. Like, you really don't even have to say it. And there are instances where people will be the one to make you realize that, guy, this is actually really, really huge. Like, oh, actually, on a second thought. So, for me personally, I feel like awards, everyone loves, getting the awards. But then when you've been, losing it back to back, like you've not been winning severally, that's when you now begin to feel some sort of doubt, some sort of, I'm not ready this award already, they will do alright. Like some sort of, I don't care. I get nominated every year, I don't win. So what's the point? I beg Jerry.
So you think that's coming from the place of them losing back to back, and they're like,
yeah.
Okay, I'll get back to the first one, that one. Ebube, what do you think about that?
Well, for me, it's very straight. Don has mentioned a couple of reasons why some of these guys, they just do these things, and you are like, before you got to this point that you are right now, there were times where you aimed for a certain level of awards, right? Maybe for a reason, sometimes you say, okay, guys, I did this album because I feel like this album is good, it should win this, right? And if it does, we are happy. Now you see some artists, and it gets to a point where they don't say it. I mean, they won't say it to the fans, obviously, but they might say it to themselves that, okay, this album, this project, the way it's going, I like how it's going. I think it should do this, it should do this, it should win a BET, it should win a Grammy, it should. And then when it doesn't, and you're like, you are now saying, it's fine. I mean, that was not the plan initially. I didn't plan that this thing should win. I just did it for my fun. That's give this guy a cap. That's pure cap, because we all know that every human being, there's this thing we all have. There's this self actualization that we all feel when we do something and it is being recognized by people to tell us that this thing was great. Yes, you say the numbers are going high. We all know promotion does promotion thing for them, but when they give you an award, it shows that you flood, like you beat people. You understand? Because I mean, it's not nobody you did the award category. You probably have like 5 people, 6 people, which even you yourself probably think that some of these songs were better than your own song. But then they won, but then you won ahead of them. It's a level of self-actualization that you feel. So when artists or people come out and say that, I mean, I just do this thing for my fans, it's pure lie. Like don't even try to lie to us. We all know that everybody wants to win an award. So why are you not lying?
Right? Like for me, I just feel like there's one of the reasons why people also are scared of. Let me not say scared. One reason why people shy away from award conversation is because of the fear of losing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because when you say, oh, Wizkid, Davido, Burna Boy, blah blah were nominated, and then this person won, like Wizkid big, now why Wizkid they lose? So I would rather not acknowledge the fact that I was nominated.
Okay.
Because there are chances that I may lose. But then I know that if I win, definitely, it's sure for me. I go push. I definitely will push. But if I don't go win, like if there are those doubts, let's say Ashake for instance, bro, you sure die, Ashake go rack plenty edges. Like you sure, bro, you sure die over sure the warrior, say Ashake go rack edges. But then there are some other people that have nominated for the edges, they know that
This category.
So let me just say it
like the next rated, for instance, now I think Boy Spice.
No, Boy Spice.
No,
not there.
Spice.
We have Young John is there.
Young John. Which category is Kaid, Boy Spice, and those guys?
Rookie of the year.
And then Spyro was there too, yeah.
Yes.
And Odumodu. Now, look at that category now. Bro, it sure me that some of those boys don't go pose the nomination. Because they don't say,
they don't stand a higher chance.
Odumodu na him be the hottest. Odumodu go win am. Like,
straight up.
It's very obvious.
Yeah.
So, it is just like, if I post this thing and they hype, say, vote for me. They don't say, I want no stress. We don't know the winner. So, the fear of losing is also one thing that could also make people or artists not to acknowledge some categories or nominations.
You know, this now brings me to this question here. And I want a very direct answer. Would there or has there been a time when an artist do a project?
Yeah.
For instance, so let's use the big guy for instance, Davido and the likes, where they do a project and then they just do it because they want to enjoy the moment with their fans. Now, it's not because they have like I'm going to use Davido's words. If the awards come, fine. If the awards comes, fine. Because everybody knows this prerequisite to win the biggest award as a Grammy. There's a trademark, there's a blueprint. If you want to win the Grammy, there's certain collaboration you should do, there's certain stuff you should have. Your song should have a certain kind of ideas into it that will make sure that this Grammy it appeals to them. But then you don't do a song that you obviously know it will not appeal to these guys. You know it, your team knows this song is not appealing to them. And then you're saying, I'm not doing because of the Grammy. But if it comes, fine. But obviously this song's not for the Grammy. Do you think that there are instances like that?
Yeah, there are instances like that. Because let's look at Burna Boy's was it Love That Many that won the Grammys for him? No. Bro, that album was created for the Grammys. Like everyone knows, no one denied the fact that this album was created for the Grammys. Look at the rollout strategy, everything, the ODG thing in feature, because all of that, like he's gunning for the Grammys and he got the Grammys. Now Davido's album on the other side, if you look at criteria for the Grammys, one of the things is having a couple of international collaborations, a couple of songs that talks about your zone, the Africa, all of those kind of message inclined songs, so to say. And if you look at the album, Davido's album is more of I'm coming back with originality. Like the Davido that you guys love, the Davido that you guys want is what I'm giving on to you. And also from the side of the things that he's been through, and I'm sure that they never thought about doing an album for the Grammys or wanting an album to win the Grammy or something by the process of creating the album. That's why I said that if he comes, well, all well and good. They definitely would submit it, for nominations. They definitely would submit the album because it falls in line with the time. But if it is now being nominated, then they'll not start, let's push for the win because we've been nominated. But if it doesn't come, it's still all well and good. It is not a bad thing to have that kind of thought, because from the onset, on listening to the album, you really would know that this album wasn't intentionally created for the Grammys.
Okay. Wait, I want to say something, because if you look at this situation, we are basically talking about the recent one, which is
the Eddies,
Eddies and all that. But I want to take us back to Davido's previous projects, which especially what's that?
A Better Time.
A Good Time.
Okay.
Now, A Good Time, Davido came out to say that he didn't do this album for the Grammys, or he didn't have the Grammys in mind when he did this album. But if you check the rollouts, the features on that project, it literally depicts that he was trying to gun for the Grammys.
How did you depict that?
Tell me, look at the people he had on that album. You had Popcorn on it, you had Chris Brown, you had Nicki Minaj. So what are you telling me? If you have these guys,
Nicki was in a better time, not a good time.
A Better Time.
Nicki was not a good time.
He had Chris Brown on, and he did a video with Chris Brown. That was like the biggest song of the album, right? For him, that was
A Good Time.
Yes, A Good Time.
I think I know a better time. The Good Time was If and Fall.
Yes, that was one. That was
The biggest song of that project was If and Fall.
That was the one.
The one with Chris Brown is Blow My Mind.
Yeah,
that wasn't a good time.
It wasn't a good time.
No, it was not. It was not on a good time.
It wasn't a good time. A better time.
Maybe we check out now. A good time.
Check now. It was a good time.
Doesn't have.
Okay.
Davido.
A better time. I agree that a better time
yeah.
is the one that has Nicki Minaj. I remember now.
Yeah, that
was a better time, but not a good time.
A Good Time track list.
Was a good time that had Wizkid now.
A Good Time, Risky. If Fall, Blow My Mind. Okay, yeah.
So that was because if you check again, he had songs that were gone, quote unquote. If Fire Fall, those were songs that it shouldn't be on this project, because those are songs that like 3, 4, 5 years ago, and you are putting them
5 years before the album.
If for like
5,
maybe not up to 5, but like it's not in the range of time when you put it into a new project and you are putting those 3 songs. Why would you do that? Just to make people to say this album did well. We had these numbers way before. If Fall, Fire already had their numbers.
But that's not the criteria for determining what is being kept on an album. Look at just like this is very recent now. Look at River Roses. When the album dropped, the only song that is carrying the album was Calm Down. Or is Calm Down.
Yeah.
And now they intentionally dropped the deluxe. Now the deluxe is now over 1.something billion of streams.
Courtesy, Calm
in
Down.
less than so time. And then the remix was also included into it. So why did they do the deluxe?
No,
because they want to attain that landmark.
That's what I'm saying. That to me, that's quite similar to what Davido was trying to do, because he wanted the numbers of If, Fall, and Fire to add.
But as at then, I don't think the Grammys was like the major thing that we were going for. As at then,
as at that time, Grammys
was more of international exposure, wanting to blow abroad, wanting to get.
Bro, what's the point of blowing abroad if you're not going to be nominated for the Grammys at all?
It is all of these things are like level by level.
See,
like for me, I think that they are level by level. Now that Afrobeats has now been recognized, now we are now like every year want to be on the Grammys, because we know that man, we've already made it. Unlike before, if anybody get Grammy, like would they praise them, say Baba, but right now Grammys and people
I like this. Now that you're saying this, now that you're saying this, and now it's now the time Davido is opening his mouth to say that if the Grammy comes, it's fine. If the Grammy, wait. This
want to make me wait, bro, chill. This I want to make me, because like I said when we started this conversation, what I said was artists that do this. Now you are making it look like a Davido's conversation. Are you saying Wizkid does not do this thing too? Or are you saying Burna Boy does not do this thing too?
Now if you check, like, I'm not gonna go deep into conversations. Right?
No, you are mentioning Davido. I want to mention
Burna Boy for you now, right? Remember when Burna Boy missed out on winning Grammy when the first album, African Giant, right? He was so pained, and Burna Boy is not someone that keeps his emotions to himself. He was so pained, everybody knew it online, right? Immediately he did it that the next year he was going to drop an album that album was literally meant for the Grammys. Now this is somebody that knows what he wants. He knows what he wants people to see him as. That yes, I'm going for the Grammys. Yes, that's what I'm doing. If I fail, I fail. But I'm going for this. That's how it should be. Not that you come out and say
you've not said my question.
I'm saying this.
Am I?
I'm saying Burna Boy does not do this. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying Burna Boy would, if Burna Boy wants to go for a Grammy, he will tell you this song that he's doing is going for a Grammy. If he did not do for a Grammy, look at now. Let me tell you. Look at the song last. When Burna Boy released the song, he did not expect the song to blow this much because he even said that now breakfast, I make my breakfast, and they give me this guy plenty money.
I don't agree with that though.
Bro, don't get me wrong.
He sampled that song because last he sampled somebody's song.
See, Burna Boy samples people's songs. Saying the
song.
For me, but last has been packaged to achieve what he achieved.
Every song that Burna Boy drops is packaged to achieve what he achieved. What I'm saying is this particular one did beyond what he expected, and in his head, remember what he said? He said, I don't believe that breakfast song. Now he go give me.
So which song of that album? Which song of that was supposed to kill?
See,
you know,
there are some things that will not even like want to open up on cam because of some certain things. But for me, everything every artist does indirectly is promotion for some certain things. If Davido hadn't said what he said, definitely wouldn't be having a conversation about him saying this and that. Let's even move on to other artists that would cry when they are not even being nominated for awards. Bro, like we're talking about big guys. Look at Spyro too, yeah. He was nominated for the Eddies, and then he still came up online because people were dragging like, Spyro, who knows Spyro? Yeah. And then he started doing the old Shalaye. And then Burna Boy said, if you know make you go Shalaye tire. You get me? So there are artists that even when they are not nominated and they feel entitled to be nominated. He happened to Portable last year. He went as far as doing a lot of things, and they even stripped him off.
He wasn't nominated, but he was stripped
off. This year now, there's nothing coming to him, and he's also coming out to say a lot of things. There are artists also behind doors that will not even come out to post online, but definitely, in their mind, they are paying. They have cancelled the Eddies. And looking at the different things that have happened over the years, also at the Eddies, in terms of the credibility of the award winners and stuff, people are slowly moving away, from the Eddies. But people that really enjoy the Eddies now are the newbies, the new cats. The old cats, they are going for the BETs, for the bigger awards and all of that. But the new cat definitely, Eddies is like foundation now. Wizkid don't win Eddie, all I'm the Davido, why can't win Eddies? You get
which was what make me ask you the question now, because they said we spoke about this in last reaction when I was Skinny and this thing. For the first time in 11 years, Wizkid was not on the Eddies category, and then we saw Skinny someone say maybe it's bigger than the award or something like that and everything, which is fine. But then, if you are saying with Able Base now, if you're saying artists feel they should be there, they're crying, they're lying, they don't want to be out there. So if they're not there, they feel bad. Would you say Wizkid is feeling bad because not in the Eddies?
Well, okay, now this is different. I won't say Wizkid is feeling bad, but I won't say Wizkid is bigger than the Eddies.
They're capping.
No.
That answer because now you're to cap.
No, wait. Now I won't say Wizkid is feeling bad that he's not on the Eddies, on the Eddies category. But I also would say that people should not say that Wizkid is bigger than the Eddies. Now the reason why I would say Wizkid would not feel bad is because maybe some people will not agree. I'm at the FC, right? But I know that More Love Less Ego was not that album for Wizkid. It was not that project that would be among, if you check the list of all the nominees and categories, you understand. More Love Less Ego is not that song. If we're talking about a made in Lagos, we this conversation won't be having it because it's gone. My point. So that's what I'm saying. If a project, if we all see that this project is good, I mean, now remember the year of Olamide and Lukesh and Ricardo Man. It was a thing of, I mean, we know Lukesh. And Lukesh they drop bangers. How come this specific? So you will now be. But if it was not, look at last year. Was it not Benson that won last year? There was really no competition. Do you understand?
There was a competition. There was Ruga in the category. There was no Wizkid in the category. What I'm saying is the competition was not. You can easily say that it was in Benson's year or like this year. There's no competition. It's an Ashake's year. You understand? So my point is,
if there's no competition, somebody cannot feel
So
bad.
bro,
Well,
Wizkid is not bigger than the Eddie's.
But is he
I do
feeling
not
bad?
think Wizkid is feeling
Well,
bad.
for me, if
Because the song is not.
if Wizkid personally is not feeling bad, yeah, I think the team would actually feel bad because Eddie's now is like a yearbook or like a result,
at the end of the year
for artists that perform well
in the country.
I agree.
Now that Wizkid is not being nominated for
any category,
so does it literally mean that Wizkid did not perform well
for the year?
Yes, that's what
the truth is now that a certain timeless was in that project. Now the window was between January till
timeless blew people's mind.
No,
that's what I'm saying.
The window ended 31st of March.
Yeah.
Timeless project dropped 31st of March. So as at when that window closed, that album has not done anything.
No, you can't say that.
It's like that one dropped 31st of March now.
Wizkid,
that one dropped 31st of March.
Davido had a very massive.
Wait now.
A massive stream on the first
They've
day.
not forced this. They've not forced this stream. Was not 200 million. It was not because if the window closed that day.
Yeah, wait, I want to tell you.
So now Timeless was in that category for a just few less than 12 hours category. And an album has been there for almost 6 months.
Okay, now.
And give me that category.
Now tell me what are the albums on that category? Mention them.
Album of the year.
Yeah, mention the album.
Timeless was there.
Okay.
Odumodu
the vibe was there.
Love that
Rema's album.
Rave and Rose.
Love that mini also made the cuts.
I think one other small person album is there. Now the reason I'm asking you to mention this is because look at all these people that are here, right? Davido's 1 day stream on Timeless could be bigger than some of these people's 3 months.
It's not possible.
Okay, now.
It's not possible. Because we just mentioned this now.
Chill. Now, if you look at it from this angle, yeah, Davido's album in the past decade has had the biggest first day stream.
Do you get the first?
Across all
Don't go
platforms
there.
actually. On
First
Apple
day is
Music
always
especially, and Apple Music themselves came out to say that, oh yo, for the first time ever, Davido has broken the first day stream, for an African album. So if you look at it from that angle, that okay, yo, man, this is really huge. I think it is still open for consideration. Also for the Grammys, yeah, when they say nomination closes, the calendar window closes on the 7th of so month. Any project that it drops on that 7th definitely is always being considered. So I don't think
it's not going to be the stream of only that day.
It's not because of the number of streams that it because of the date of release that it was released. So far it was released before the close of 31st midnight. Definitely still counts to be able to be submitted and given considerations, nomination and all of that for the album for the album of the year.
Yeah, so which makes me say as a question. And then, because if I thought we would just make it a scene, let me put on the first screen. Now, the editors are saying this category is called the album of the year. They have certain blueprints or the what, because a lot of persons drop album, a lot of artists drop album.
Yeah.
So if you are going to pick your album, it should be because of a pedigree album as hit. Now, the album dropped the 1st of March. Midnight.
Yeah.
The next day after the album, 12:01 was already 1st of April. Sorry, Jan from 1st of April.
Was it 30th or 31st?
31st. So it dropped 31st.
No, it dropped 31st midnight. It dropped midnight of the, which means you have 24 hours. If you dropped, what was 31st? It's not 12 o'clock. It dropped 12. It dropped on Friday morning. Friday midnight this morning. That's when it dropped, not Saturday. So you had that whole day.
Friday 12 a.m.
Yes. So it was 24 hours. You had full 24 hours
from 12 to 12 before April 1st.
So okay. So let's say it dropped. So we had 24 hours to do achievement. Now, a certain album that was dropped months before that time that obviously would have had bigger achievement than the album has released in the first 1 day was not selected, and which makes me asking.
That's what I'm saying.
No. The process. Wait. The process for this is not as you are. Trying to imagine it. Now they say that submission closes on the 31st.
Yes.
Now after March. Now they release nominations in July, right? So before they release nominations, definitely they will consider all of the albums that have been submitted. You cannot tell me that this artist that also dropped projects before that time would not be considered. No. Now they could have looked at the first day streams, the first month, the first 3 months and then the first 3 months of those projects. Now, looking at that, Davido's Timeless obviously did well in the first day, first month, first 3 months of its release. Now, if you compare this to all other songs that were dropped, people will now vote. Okay, because that's how it is done at the Grammys, I think, and I also feel like it would also be brought back home. Like, okay, we have this person, we have 5 people in the panel. Now, these are the albums that have been dropped. Considering all of this, now we begin to shortlist. They begin to shortlist albums that do not meet up to the standard, to the requirements. Now, they do not start all of this shortlisting on the 1st of April. No. After submission, they shuffle, they remove some, like, okay, no, these artists, or this and that, okay.
So performance after the 1st of March was also included?
Definitely.
Yes, to be.
Definitely was also included.
Okay, now, I want to ask you this question. Since you are defending, quote unquote,
I'm not defending anybody, I'm just saying.
Timeless album, getting into. Do you think that album is going to win for this category?
I'm not defending anybody.
But I'm asking you,
definitely won't start.
There are categories that.
So what are you not? But it's there.
But like I said, it's a voting category, so we don't know who wins. Everybody has to go vote. But anyways, we're sure that for this conversation, artists really want to win award, and then whenever they are not there, it's also painful for them. And then
Wizkid team will definitely be feeling bad.
But not because
it's not. I feel like a good woman.
I don't feel like the feeling bad might not be because they were not nominated. I feel like the feeling bad should be that they did not do a good project, because that project is not.
Say it's better than me. Say it.
The more of us you
definitely feel bad, man. 11 years, Wizkid don't get nomination.
Bro, you know why? My child and Big Ben.
My mouth is still open. But anyways, guys, I'm sure you guys have confirmed this, that if you don't get nominated for an award, no matter how small, no matter how big it is, artists normally feel bad because it comes with ego for the fact that you want something. And then I think the bigger, the bargain is the fact that I was not there and I won it. Like it has one. I was not there. Like I don't even give. I won't be there. I win.
Like Burna Boy, Burna Boy don't cancel it.
Like forever. So
you don't consign now.
He's still going to probably take one.
Straight up to the next conversation. Anyways, guys, we'll catch you guys on the very next one. Stay safe, guys, and still stay with us. Yo guys, welcome back, and this time another exciting one, another painful one, because I'm in the midst of 2 Arsenal fans who are set to defend. But yeah, yesterday you saw the Arsenal football team confirmed that from a reliable source from Fabrizio, that is the confirmed news ever.
I leave Abuja, go Emirates, I go find my mother.
Anyways, Declan Rice have officially been signed by Arsenal Football Club for the sum of about £105 million. And then Arsenal made history when they announced the signing. Now for some club here, let's talk like Manchester, they call it Theatre of Dreams. When they announce you at Theatre of Dreams, is a big deal. It's big deal. Like the figures are loose, numbers are everywhere. And Arsenal announced that one of their record signing ever with Odumodu song playing in the background, and then that was like the big one of the night.
The highlight.
That's the highlight of the night.
That's the highlight too. For Nigerians,
early part of the year we saw Odumodu release a song Declan Rice, and which Declan instantly loved the song, and Odumodu explained how the song came about, how his friend linked it up to West Ham and everything. Declan loved the song, and at the time Declan is now, funny how the song has been massive. When Declan heard the song, that same day it dropped, Declan scored a goal. Declan scored a goal, and then Declan won the European tournament for the first time with a mediocre club, as low as West Ham. And now West Ham has moved to one of the biggest clubs in the world, Arsenal, to ply trade with those guys. And then they are saying, we are welcoming you with Odumodu's song. Odumodu has been trending everywhere, and then we saw where Odumodu had a call with Declan, and then this boy, like my boy, like bro,
my man, I bet, wait,
who be boy?
Now 105 million, you call your boy.
you got this, my boy.
You don't make.
You make it. You be successful. My little grandma.
Like Odumo, Declan, your boy. I don't know. Declan was just like. Okay,
that guy is so good.
Guy. Bro. But anyway, this is not a sports show. This, like I said, it's about Odumodu on this one. Now, Odumodu this is a major leap for him.
Yeah.
Now, Arsenal has fans all over the world. All over the world. A lot of persons were waiting for that deal to move to.
Like the announcement.
Waiting for the announcement.
Millions of, because it has been everywhere. Like for like 1 month now. A lot of people sometimes they've rejected, sometimes finally. All Arsenal fans have been waiting for this.
Even West Ham announced. Arsenal announced.
They were still waiting, and finally Arsenal fans have been happy. And then what it means, all over the world, in their numbers, in their millions, all listen to what Odumodu sound like and everything. How big do you think this will get for?
Bro, this is massive. Like this is really, really massive. I remember early in the year when Odumodu went to the UK, it was like, music brought me here for the first time ever in my life. traveling outside of Nigeria, music, did this for me. He linked up with Declan Rice, went to West Ham Stadium. He had a good time in the UK. I think that was that period where all of these things has been in the talks, because it is definitely when he went there, like he heard about it, like Declan the Alpha, they go Emirates. Okay, well, let me do something for you now, and let me remix, Declan Rice. Since you're already living West Ham, let's do something. I leave Abuja, go Emirates, and all of that. Okay, yo, that's not bad. When I was listening to it, I didn't even expect that. And then when I said, like, yo, nah, this is really, really, crazy. Like they had to create something, really big, and then it came back to give them and be like Declan Rice, Below, and like yo, like it was really, really amazing. Odumodu right now is on another level, because it's right now he has a lot of bragging rights. He has a lot of things to himself. Definitely the numbers online will also increase, because people will wonder, okay, well, who is this? Who is this rapper? Who is this guy that is on this one? And the fact that the song has catchy lines. It is not up tempo song, like you can pick the words, say it, one after the other. It's really, really good for him. Just after that, West Ham delivered their jersey. To Odumodu, number one, West Ham, and then with the neck on the scarf, and all like, yo, man, this is really, really huge. Right now, Odumodu has gone from level 50 to like level 80, right now, and it's really, really, good for him. It is good to see that, Afrobeat is actually doing well, and I'm also happy for the hip hop world, because there's also another way that hip hop is actually not dead.
True.
Rap is not dead. It is moving to the next level, and right now, hands up with the rap there right now. Black and Odumodu. Odumodu is another, I think he's a calmer version of Black Bones, because he does his own weary. He does his own, he comes on live to say a lot of what thing they do this right? Black.
Like that's intro. Like bro, why? I go that guy there. Yeah, check there. Baron. Wait, this I get back to you. Now, this is a massive one. We saw where Davido had a song with San Christian at the time, like one of his biggest songs, and then instantly we had to follow him, and that was another massive one for him at the time, and it brought a lot of relevance to him. Now, Odumodu has gotten this one. They can just his father. They can like his brother now.
Yeah,
but they have like Sky, they have like
they do video. He has his contact.
So it's just like if you just wake up, you are right done and like go for work day, and then they're like, are you okay? Yeah. But then for Odumodu at this time, do you think this is the perfect time for him to hit the ground running in the UK? Like have a show, have one mad run down the UK, do like a UK tour and all of that.
My best advice, yes, this is a very good time, because another thing you should know, if he's not an Arsenal fan, he should try to be an Arsenal fan now, because first thing is Arsenal in Emirates, there's this culture where the fans sing songs of their players' name, and now Odumodu has literally done his song for Declan Rice. So there's no time for Arsenal fans trying to create a song for Declan Rice. All they need to do is Declan Rice scores a goal.
Be like Declan Rice.
Everywhere if he does a show right now, bro, in UK, in London, everybody is going to come out, because first of all, West Ham is in London. West Ham is in North London, West London. Arsenal is in North London. Everybody will come out for that show. So Declan Rice should better take this time right now, do all he has to do in UK, because this time,
for me, for the UK, I think
he may not do it immediately, but I think he has to.
I think in the UK definitely something is in the works, because we saw him with Skepta, recently. So, and he said Skepta is one of the big guns, and he was trying to brag in that live video that you know what it means for Skepta to endorse him. Don't be Wizkid. Like, Wizkid too are my guy. They know Bonner are my guy, but big scare, big guns. Say, then Wizkid said respect big guns. Say, and then he gave him a necklace and all that. So we definitely could be looking at possibility of an Odumodu and a Skepta song coming soon, which is also going to be another big one. For Odumodu, further stamping his prints in the UK.
Which brings me to my final question. Do you think kind of song Odumodu have released, like for instance, from Picatons to Declan to Davido to Amazing Jamie Drop.
Odumodu season just dropped recently.
Yeah, talking about that. The one with Fire
Gun.
Do you think he has that pedigree, he has that song? Aside the fact that we know that now music is not just about singing the white man song. Like if you sing a very good song, everybody can listen to it. But I do think he has that song that will make the UK guys want to anticipate and listen to him.
Definitely, it does. Because Odumodu is one person that I feel like, bro, in the next few days I could see him jumping on Grimm. And Grimm is like the kind of rap style that they love a lot in the UK. He has everything it takes to eat Grimm effortlessly. And looking at the type of rap he does, they are like catchy, easy flow rap that the UK guys like. Look at Santa Dave, look at Stormzy, look at their style of rap, like look at they are just like those kind of rapping. Their flow is not. It's not always like that's for the US guys. So I think that he has the style of music that would actually make him go far in the UK.
Yeah, do you think that?
Yeah, I think so too. And also it will help him. For me, it will also help him get even more of these rappers like I've mentioned. Having people now knowing his kind of song and the vibe that he brings. Like Don said, he has that creativity to fall into the UK. These guys are now going to come to him, or they will easily accept him if he writes them and say, bro, let's work together. It will be especially Stormzy. I can tell you for sure, because Stormzy is the nicest guy, and
anyways, big congrats to Odumodublvck for that one, and obviously, like we always say here, we wish you nothing but the best coming days. Obviously, like Don said, maybe we'll get a collaboration from Odumodu and Skepta, and
big Scala.
Big indeed. Everybody is taking Afrobeat to the next level. Odumodu is trying his best, but let's see what the coming days will look like for Odumodu. Anyways, guys, we have gone to our game, but you don't want to miss this one. Today's game is quite different, but then stay tuned. We'll catch you guys on the radio soon. Welcome back, and this time is gospel reaction games. I think I need to find a name for this game like separately, but then this is our game section, and this time to this game, he will be introduced to this game actually. So the game is the alphabet game.
So he's biased.
No, it's like he introduced the game, not like he's the Empire.
But that means he knows about the game.
Everybody knows about the game. So it's an alphabet game. So you're going to tell me you got an alphabet name. So if you pick, for instance, pick Y, you tell me an alphabet artist that begins with Y, country and animal. So it begins as YC for artist, Yam for country. Let's say Yam for country. Well, it's just like that. And then we have 7 of them here, and obviously, like we do it.
I hope
do it. No, I don't have one. I should do it. You're gonna pick numbers, and then we go. So everybody, let's go first. 3 V. You have 5 seconds for 10 seconds for please get off the time.
10 seconds for all.
To mention artist name, country, and animal. V.
Victoni, Venezuela. Artist name, country, and
food.
Animal.
Animal. Okay.
Yeah. I think that is able to watch. Go, you lost it as vulture.
I'm being useful. That your time too long.
They mention one. Animal vulture.
People try to see vulture go.
Yeah, that's time. But wait.
So
10 seconds.
Yeah.
For all.
Yeah, sure now.
So number one, KC. Kokoro. Kuala Lumpur.
Time up, that's Chris Daniel, Kazakhstan, and Kangaroo. Both are different football squads. Everybody, let's go.
Number
2 O.
Olamide.
Okay.
Ow. And
Oh.
Oman.
The country. You mentioned Al as animal.
Okay.
Oman. So let's go. The first key. 1, 2, 3 is out.
Number 6.
6D.
Davido.
Okay.
Animal, dog.
Okay.
Country.
Shit.
Which country will?
Man, this is easy.
I know.
Dubai. Dublin. Denmark. Dubai.
Dubai no be country.
Where is there's many countries?
Denmark. I know they watch Ghana.
Dublin. A lot of countries.
Denmark
there.
will come
Well,
out.
let's go. Then let's keep that one
Which
again.
one is left?
We have 4, 5, and 7.
So I know how do we get down. I know.
I swear.
4.
4. T.
Timaya. Food. Country. Animal. Animal, tiger. Country. Tunisia. Yes! I got this, bro! I got this! Bro, I don't want crazy.
Is it
Country,
animal?
I don't like it, bro.
Anyways,
There you go.
this is the first chance to redeem himself.
Ah.
Let's go. The last one, pick your number. We have 5 and then we have 7.
That number 7 going hard. Cause that kid don't know say we dey always think say 1 and 7 is simple. Number 5.
5 Z.
Zimbabwe.
Okay.
Zebra.
Okay.
Artist will be Z. Zinoliski.
Wow! God! Come on!
Brain doesn't remember.
Come on! Come on! Come on!
The one I thought I would have missed because Zimbabwe was the one that said first.
No, when you said that, I was like, I'm going to
I said Zimbabwe.
Now why I start with country?
Bro.
Okay, so guys, like I assumed, we got to the final round, and this one is an open one. I'm going to say it out. So in 10 seconds, no,
Yes.
10 seconds only.
they'll say it together.
So say the 3.
They will copy themselves now.
No. First man to say the 3 wins now. If I say the third one before him, I don't win now.
Okay. Are you
Let me
ready?
say something different from mine in that 10 seconds.
Q.
Qatar. Q dot. And Q. Oh, too much.
100%. It's Queen.
Oh.
Yeah, Queen fruit. Anyways, everybody guess this one. Do that reality again.
You go.
Come on, don't catch you. Anyways, for game, it will be got that
Yay!
one.
Get this, bro.
That was a very close one. The first game almost the very close to the extra time, and then it took it at the niche of time.
Any game that has to do with country and football are those games. Me and they bring out country.
Further conversation, we have David on this one. I'm talking about Davido himself, 30BG leader, amazing guy. We saw where the Budweiser guys came through the cake and saying thank you for selling out the 16,000 capacity as the first African artist to do that massive one to Davido. But then for the 15th day of July in Canada, for the 15th of July, Davido has ended the first phase of the tour, July 1 to 15th, and probably going to go on a very long race. Then begins September thereabout for the other part of the tour. Davido in North America, what would you rate him so far?
I would say for me, it has been really, really impressive. Looking at all of the things that has happened, you know how well he's been able to make a comeback, and despite the fact that we had some certain Anita.
Days to it.
Coming in the picture, trying to sabotage things for him, but he never allowed that to weigh him down. Like if you look at how strong he's been, in just 8 days to the concert, he's like, this is really incredible. Like, man, you should praise him for that, because a lot of people would lose focus. A lot of people, you tell from their performance that this person is disturbed, but he didn't even allow that to his personal issues to interfere with the music, and he handled that. So he handled that so perfectly. I'll say kudos to him. On that. He's done well. He's gone to the US. Done some locations out there, gone to Canada, North America basically, and he's had some sold out places, somewhere almost sold out, but all of the places were packed. were filled up, to the brim. And then in between that, he came out to announce the O2 and people dragged him for that one. It is a perfect situation of cut your clothes according to your coat, because your
material.
So nobody say you big, you want on the cut. I mean, waiting want a swam. It is not a bad one for me, because I feel like it feels that okay, maybe they want to use that as a testing ground, because it's been a long time. He had something to do in the UK, and if despite the fact that the album is doing well in the UK, the song is also he has songs doing well in the UK, but let's do the O2, and then we can now proceed to say okay, after that maybe in some 6 months we can do some bigger space than that. But then for me, the North American tour in a nutshell has been a blast for me. The performances amazing, the entry dope, the logistics and how well the fans were being coordinated. There were no issues of stampede, this person, this happened here, this happened. Like everything was well coordinated. No bad news, no bad reports all through. So it is really, really a good one for Davido.
Anyway, considering the fact that Afrobeats and the US, they're not 5 and 6, unlike the UK, unlike France. France consume Afrobeat like it's Nigeria. Basically, UK is like under Lagos for the Afrobeats. US is a more disguised market where you have to do enough work to get there. Did you see it coming as Davido having this much numbers as it comes to store and event and all that? Do you think it was going to do well in the US like that?
Well, initially I didn't see it. I didn't see it coming.
Initially.
But I think after I saw the numbers that he was doing on Spotify, and we know Spotify is born in the US, and I was like, okay, if Davido is doing this well on Spotify, it means if he goes out on the street, he's going to do well. And so when the tour started, and I saw how people were, loving, new US guys were doing the challenge, so I knew, okay, I think this is Davido's time to actually make or get to the US market. And yes, and it's going well for him. And like he said in the song, they won't from Goliath. If you David for now, which means even though you're Anita, I know you're this and everything, if you bring everything, if you David, you conquer.
I saw a Twitter channel where someone said Davido had a strategy to this thing where he said before the tour, Davido had been doing like a lot of US events. You saw the one for the Freedom Celebration Day. It was there. He had been doing like a lot of events to make sure people acclimatize to him, know his kind of song and all of that. You recall when the album dropped, it did very, very small space. Like 2 days after the album dropped, very like 5,000, somewhere even less than 2,000 space. It did a lot of
listening party.
Listening party, very, very small space. And then he went after that one. He went back to the country. Then he went back moving on other people's events. But it was headlining, and then back with his own tour and everything. Do you think that's really worked for him, or you think it's just the fact that these US guys love him personally?
Yeah, for me, I think this is people loving Davido actually, for the music, for how well it's been going. In the past time, it's been a while actually. Looking at it, we had like the big guys give us like their genuine Afrobeat vibe.
True.
Because in recent times, sound has been transcending. People are like, okay, I'm switching up, trying to suit unquote the international fans, trying to want to do songs intentionally for them. But they don't say that, yo guys, I ain't doing this shit for you guys. Right now, this is for my Naija people, this is for my family. And before we even go to the international borders, we started from somewhere. Look at Shake. That's one of the things I love about the guy. Bro, you would never want to suit or tune his sound to suit some certain body. Now go come. Like what Lambia said, and I think that the blueprint is also following that. They will come here, no worry. True. They will come, and right now they are picking him. Ashake is pretty big, doing massive numbers, out there as a Nigeria with the local sound. Got him, the remix with Friday. And Ashake is also one person that is very, very stingy with his remixes, bro. So and that is another thing that Davido is also picking up this year. He has said that I ain't doing no remix. Like you guys would crave me and want me, so that by the time I jump on the remix, that you definitely value it so much.
True.
Like there's barely a remix that or a song that Shaka is on that you'd not feel like this song he enter, because of the fact that the way he works with other people is very scarce. So you'd always want him, and that is one thing that Davido is also moving towards this year, and and he's also incorporated in the tour. Unlike previous time where Davido go pack plenty people come tour, say make a show. He's spearheading the tours and just once bring out some guys outside there just to show love and everything. But he's spearheading. He's not announcing this and this. Nah, I'm the one running this peak.
We saw Issa Sika actually come out to announce that Canada are done, but they are getting bigger space for Europe and Oceania. Say want to do bigger space on this zone. Maybe we're living from that. We've seen 30BG fans crying that we don't want 16,000 capacity, we don't want 20k, we want the big space, we want the 80k, we want the 100k as it were, and everything. Looking at his progression from 5,000 moving on to about smaller spaces, now 16,000. I think like the biggest he has like the Budweiser. I think the Budweiser or the
he had big space in the UK, almost 20 something k.
In the UK,
in the US,
and that was the first day, the Capital One Arena. I think it was Capital One, but then about 21k there. But he has the 16k now, and the fans are clamoring that want to see bigger space and all of that. And then they are saying, "We'll give you guys big space." Everybody, do you think Davido can do big space? But do you think with this progression, and do you think it is time to do big space? Or still continue this momentum, do 20, do 25, do 30, do 40? Because I think the France one is about 40k. The Aquarius is about 40k. That was the Burna Boy did that. Do you think he should maintain that momentum or just go straight to the big numbers?
Well, man, these artists, I think they should work with what they like Don said, they should cut their coats according to their size. Not their size. So I think Burna Boy, Davido should make the progression, because people used to say that if you have small, the big power space, you get only one small big one, big one. So for him, if you do 5k here, 20k here, 40k here, 60k here, before you know, if you does 540k, bro, that's almost 200k compared to someone that will just go and also say want to do 100k, and then that would gonna go full, you will just patch everything. So I feel like if he can be more consistent and still give fans what they deserve, give them the good music, the good performances. If he's able to do all of this in all of these small states, to make more sense, and to also be relevant for a longer period of time too.
Yeah, I support that notion, because if you look at Burna Boy, when Burna Boy started touring, he's been touring for almost 5 years now. He didn't start with the stadium that he's doing now. He started gradually, do 5k, 2k, 3k. He was going all over the place. It finished next year. They increased it, started doing let's do 15k, 10k, 15k, 18k. Oh, that was good. Then they moved to the arenas. They started doing the arenas, now. Okay, now it is stadiums. So it is not just he started doing it and then second year stadium. No, like bit by bit, grow them. They want more of you. Then definitely you increase and then you progress.
Just thinking about what we just said, just down that Davido has done about 60k in the US, because we count the numbers together. 20k, 18k, 16k, 10k, that's about 60. And just what I've mentioned, Burna Boy, a lot of people would think Burna Boy 80k is like one of the biggest. We still have places that can collect 300,000 people.
He has 195k is doing in South Africa.
Yeah, in South Africa, true. But anyways, guys, for Davido, obviously we've rated him, and in the US, Davido has been an amazing one, a very successful tour he has had in the US, and obviously we can't wait to see what the rest of Europe will look like for Davido when he begins that segment. And then for December, we're going to be at the Wave Festival. That is the one we are all waiting for. Friday. I'm sure you guys don't want to miss that one. But in the meantime, guys, we've done these reactions. Today we'll call it a wrap, and then we'll catch you guys on the very next one. I'll start with the back in your faces. I have with me again, it will be Anthony Fesky. We'll catch you guys. Stay safe.